awesome, absolutely awesome.
I love it when a plan comes together. Definitely worth a look. Yeah, it was well on par.
Hello again, everybody. So here we are. This is it. This is the spoiler-filled review of Star Trek Into Darkness. So if you've not seen the movie, I know it's not out in America till the 15th, I think. So that's like next week. But if you haven't seen the movie and you really do not want to be spoiled, I'm telling you right now, you don't want to see this video. Watch my non-spoiler filled video that I've just done before this one. But like I say, you've been warned, okay? I am literally going to ruin the movie for you if you haven't seen it. If you have seen it, let your comments be known below. Right, so let's just get right down to it. It is quite literally, J.J. Abrams has used Wrath of Khan and completely turned it on its head, which I thought was brilliant. He has used the Wrath of Khan storyline. Benedict Cumberbatch is Khan. He does have a score to settle with Admiral Marcus, because they had a bit of a past history when Marcus actually brought Khan out of deep cryogenic sleep with 72 other members of his family as such, who are actually housed in 70 torpedoes that Marcus was eventually going to have Kirk used against Khan when Khan ran to the Klingon planet known as Kronos, which is the one place that Starfleet cannot go. So as such, Marcus and Khan both used Kirk. So Kirk was played by both sides, which was really bad, and he didn't feel happy about that. But it's just amazing how Abrams takes that storyline of Khan, uses it in his version, in his universe, preserves the old one, so that version of Khan is still there, but preserves it with this new version of Khan, played by Benedict, and it's mind-blowing. It is mind-blowing in the sense that when John Harrison revealed his real name was Khan, even in the cinema, someone was like, "Oh my God, Khan!" I was like, "Holy shit!" He's actually gone with that storyline. But then I thought, right, well, how is it going to play out? Because now that we know he's Khan, what's the rest of the storyline going to be like? Whereas in Wrath of Khan, Khan had his people already with him. This one, Khan doesn't have his people with him because they're still in cryogenic sleep. So, but he wants to free them, and he wants to, you know, just make them free. But knowing what Khan in the other universe was like, this Khan is no different. He is still going to cause genocide to a huge degree. He takes out the group of Klingons when eventually Kirk and the rest of them go after Khan to Kronos, and they meet the Klingons. Khan actually decimates the Klingons single-handedly. But Khan was also responsible for the death of Christopher Pike, and that's where Kirk decided that he wanted to go after him because of the death of Pike. But as the film unfolds a bit more, we get more and more involvement. You know, Khan works alongside Kirk, but again, as I say, he betrays him later on. It's just like, oh my God, they way too much to take in. But then the real twist came in. Now, if you remember in Wrath of Khan, Spock was the one that saved the ship from almost being destroyed because the warp drive core had been, you know, destroyed, or it was leaking as such. The radiation was leaking, so he prevented that. On this side of it, Kirk does it. It was Kirk this time round, and it was Kirk who dies. And it's amazing. It's just seen a mirror image of what you saw in the Gene Roddenberry version, and here we have J.J. Abrams' version. And I think that in many ways, this film is going to divide the fans right down the middle. You're going to get your hardcore Trekkie fans who are going to look at this and think, okay, so he's basically just ripped off Wrath of Khan and completely fucked it up. Then you're going to get your other fans who are going to be like, you know what, he's actually done something really awesome here. You know, he has taken the Wrath of Khan story and completely turned it on his head but in a very good way, in a unique twist. And the unique twist being that whilst Kirk did die, they used Khan's blood to save him, because Khan, his blood, his DNA is regenerated, can be regenerated, and which is why they show that Khan is actually over 300 years old in the film. It's just, whoa. But, as I mentioned in my non-spoiler video, I did say that there was one thing that griped me, a bit of a plot hole for me, which was the time between Kirk dying, eventually using Khan's blood to save Kirk, and then Kirk waking up in the hospital 2 weeks later. And I was like, okay, so what happened? Okay, so they captured Khan, but any interrogation involved? What did they do? What did they say to him? Anything else involved in there? There wasn't really much else within those 2 weeks that was said. It was like 1 minute he was dead, the next minute he wakes up. That's it. And then Khan was put back to sleep, and that was it. And you just thought, okay, that bit sort of ruined it for me. But I thought, let it go. We'll let it slide. Confrontation between Uhura and Spock, which I thought was funny. They had their first lovers' tiff, and when Kirk eventually found out what was going on, he actually said to Uhura, he was like, "Really, what is that like with a Vulcan?" She was like, "You really do not want to know," and that also explained the tension between Spock and Kirk towards the just after the beginning of the film, where Kirk was trying to get Spock to be more human, because obviously he's half human, half Vulcan. He was trying to get him to use his human side, because after the incident with the volcano at the indigenous planet, when Kirk saved Spock's life, Spock files his report with Admiral Pike, basically stabbing Kirk in the back. Kirk did not like that one bit. He was hoping that Spock would be his friend and say to Kirk, "Look, I'm about to file this report. Should I really hand it in?" And Kirk would be like, "Whoa, dude, no, you shouldn't be doing that. No. We've got to come up with a cover story. We've got to do something better. We've got to make out that Pike doesn't know what we did. That we showed our starship to this civilization who have never seen anything technological in their life. We've got to cover that track." But Spock was all about because he's Vulcan, this, that, and the other. He decided to just give Pike the truth of what happened, and that didn't sit well with Kirk. Chekhov, he takes over Scotty's role because Scotty quits when the torpedoes come on board. Alice Eve's character turns out to be Carol Marcus, who's actually Admiral Marcus's daughter. When that is revealed, we find out why she eventually boarded the Enterprise. Well, we know why she boarded the Enterprise, but she decided to go under a different name. Spock was the one who found out that she wasn't who she seemed. Further down the film, as I say, Kirk being played by both Khan and Marcus, Admiral Marcus, at the same time. It was just, for him, it was the ultimate level of betrayal, basically. But all Marcus cared about was just putting Khan back to sleep, or finishing him off entirely, and also his race as well, of people who were in cryosleep. But they used the cryosleep in these torpedoes. Eventually, as I say, Marcus was going to want Kirk to level Khan with these torpedoes, and basically not just kill Khan, but also his people at the same time, which I thought was very brutal. And the way that Marcus dies in the hands of Khan, fuck. Head crushed with hands, bare hands. He crushed his head. It was just, oh dear, that's painful. That's going to be sore in the morning, that's for sure. But as I say, overall, I've rewatched all the Star Trek films before going to see this one, and it's good to see how, whilst Abrams has created this particular different universe, he has still borrowed from what Gene Roddenberry has done, just changed it a bit, and gone down this particular path. So whilst most Trekkie fans will probably think, what the fuck has Abrams done? Why has he done this? I would look at it as not, as I say, don't look at it as a reboot. Look at it as a parallel universe. Okay, it's a parallel universe to what has been done, and Abrams has basically said, okay, what if this happened instead? It's parallel to what's been done. Okay, Gene Roddenberry's universe is there, it's preserved, it's not touched, it hasn't been messed with. All that's happened is you've got that little timeline right there, and And Abrams has said, you know what? Here's where we're going to go instead. Let's leave what Gene Roddenberry has done. Let's leave that legacy of his as it is. Here's what we're going to do. What's the problem? You know, the Star Trek universe involves Deep Space Nine, Voyager, and obviously the Next Generation, all that stuff. They all go down that one sole universe, okay? And obviously the Enterprise prequel before that as well, okay? They're all in that universe. But then Abrams has turned around and said, right, keep that as it is. Here's what we're going to do. We're still going to borrow from that universe, but we're going to change it up slightly. And even Leonard Nimoy makes a cameo appearance. Yes, he does. So a lot of people who speculated that Benedict Cumberbatch was going to play a character called Khan, it's happened. One word of warning, do not go on the IMDb website for the Star Trek page, because it actually does reveal who Benedict plays on there. That's an epic spoiler right there already. Someone decided, you know what, fuck it, I now know who Benedict plays, I'm going to put the real character's name in there, and that's exactly what they've done. So yeah, fucked up, big time. But there you go, so that's on there for you. But like I say, fantastic. I loved it, I enjoyed it. Let me know what you thought of it. Please let your comments be known below. Anyway, thank you all very much for watching. I'll see you all very soon.